What is going on, guys? Today Apple held their event October 22nd, 2013. They had their iPad event and they announced some new things, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, Tim Cook took the stage like always, went over the iPhone how well they are doing. It was the biggest iPhone launch they've ever had. Over 9 million iPhones sold at the end of the first weekend, which was ridiculous. It's always exciting for them, and people are loving them. They show some pictures and stuff like that. Both of the new iPhones, the iPhone 5C and the iPhone 5S, they both ship with iOS 7, and that's the biggest change to iPhones since the original iPhone. 64% people are running iOS 7. I'm running iOS 7. My mom is not, and there's a few other people that I know that did not change it. One of the reasons they haven't changed it is because it takes up a lot of memory and they don't have enough on their phone. But that's besides the point. Let's get back onto this. One of the greatest new features that shipped with iOS 7 was iTunes Radio. They said there's 20 million listeners now. I don't really use it personally. I've used it once or twice, but anyway, let's carry on. 1 billion songs have been played. Over 1 million apps in the App Store and over 60 billion downloads. Developers have now earned over $13 billion. And then they moved on to the Mac. Amazing lineup of desktops and notebooks. Incredible hardware, beautiful design with OS X, the world's most advanced desktop operating system, and incredible apps. So exciting new Macs are coming. And then they started talking about OS X. This will be Mavericks. Craig Federighi came to the stage. Sorry if I said his name wrong. But he said one of the biggest missions was to fundamentally upgrade your hardware. And he made a joke. We considered going door to door with a bag of parts, but we're software guys and kind of shy. So we decided to do it with a code. So now they're talking about that. Up to an hour longer web browsing and 90 minutes longer watching iTunes video using Mavericks on the latest MacBook Air. Now they have a thing called compressed memory that can instantly compress inactive parts of memory and can fit 6 gigs of data into a 4 gigabyte of RAM. So that's incredible. Now they improved the graphics. Mavericks can dynamically allocate more and less memory to integrated GPU as needed, and will now support OpenCL, so you can run tasks up to 1.8 times faster. They then went and talked about the Safari and shared links in Safari, and also enhanced notifications. There's now Finder tags and better multiple display handling. So with notifications, you can actually enter the notification without even having to jump into the app. It'll pop up on the right side of your screen. You'll type it, enter, and it's sent. You don't have to open up the app. A new Maps, a new iBooks app were also revealed. He showed off some of the new stuff with iBooks. You can do tags and stuff and send over links. So stuff we kind of already knew. So it's pretty cool. They also updated the app icons, the iPhoto, iPages, numbers, and keynotes. All those are new, as well as iMovie, iPhoto, and a couple more. They also updated the Mail app and also the Maps app, which looks a lot like the ones on the iPhone and iPad. They also showed a demo of Mavericks. It is now free and available today, and Apple said whether you have our latest release or you're a complete laggard and you're still on Snow Leopard, you can update to this new OS. So that's pretty cool. Now Phil Scheffler, however you say his name, came to the stage. They talk about the MacBook. They released 2 new MacBooks, one with a 13 and a 15-inch Retina Pros. They are now 3.46 pounds and 0.71 inches thin. Also 90% faster, 9 hours of battery life, 9 hours of iTunes video playback, and up to 3 times faster. And it starts at $1,299 for the 13-inch. It has a $200 price drop. And the 15-inch will be $1,999. They will both have Retina display. The 13-inch will have 2.4 gigahertz dual core, 4 gigs of RAM, and 128 gigabytes storage. The 15-inch will have a Retina display, 2.0 gigahertz, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and 256 gigabytes of storage. They're both energy efficient, and the MacBook Pro will be 13-inch $1,299, like I said, 15-inch $1,999. The MacBook Air 11-inch $999. The 13-inch $1,999. I'm sorry, $1,099. Sorry. Now next up was the Mac Pro. We've already seen what that was going to look like, but we got a little bit more information. Intel 8 Xenon Quad 6, 8, or 12 core, and up to 30 megabytes. We also got some information on the memory and dual workstation GPUs now. Thunderbolt 2.0, new generation video, up to 3 4K displays. It also has a HDMI support now. So there's some specs there. I have pictures up. They gave it to a few people and they loved it. Starting at $2,999, 3.7 gigahertz quad core Xenon, 12 gigabytes of RAM, dual Fire Pro, 2 gigs of VRAM, and 256 gigabyte SSD. And this will be available in December, right before the holidays. So that's pretty cool. Up to 70% less energy, or uses 70% less energy than the previous Mac Pro. They then showed off a video of how it was made and stuff like that. They then talked about iPhotos and the iLife. The iLife, all those apps are being redesigned and updated, and they are now free with a new purchase of a new Mac or OS. Now on to iWork, the new icon, completely rewritten for the Mac. Biggest update ever for them, for that. It's free with purchase of any new Mac or iOS device as well, and downloadable today. Tim Cook came back to the stage to talk about the iPad. They sold over 170 million iPads, and people use it 81% more than the other tablets, and it's number one in customer satisfaction. Over 475,000 apps have been downloaded. They then showed off a video of showing what people do with their iPhones, or with their iPads, I'm sorry. And then Phil came back to the stage to talk about the next generation of iPad. It began with a 9.7-inch multi-touch display, and over just 3.5 years, the team has updated it with newer and better versions. And they showed off some new pictures, and it's thinner, lighter, more powerful than ever before, and it's getting a new name. It is now called the iPad Air. The iPad Air is a 9.7-inch Retina display with a smaller bezel, 43% thinner, 7 millimeters thin, 20% thinner than the outgoing model. That's only 1 pound, which is incredible. It was down from 1.4 pounds in the previous one. It's got an A7 chip inside. Unfortunately, we didn't see an M7 chip. That's kind of weird. But it's okay. 64-bit desktop class architecture. 2 times faster at opening files and stuff like that. It's going to have 5 megapixel iSight camera, 1080p HD video, new FaceTime HD camera with larger pixels, improved backside illumination, and dual microphones for Siri and the camera. Starting at $629 for the Retina display, 16 gigs Wi-Fi and cellular, and $499 for 16 gig Wi-Fi. They're getting rid of all the other ones except for the iPad 2. The iPad 2 is sticking around, and it's going to be at $399. And all these ship out on November 1st in a whole list of countries. And then they showed off a video of the new iPad. Now, what's weird is they didn't have a. It's not having the fingerprint scanner either, so that's pretty weird they didn't do that. But who knows? That'll probably be in the next one, I guess. They then talked about the next iPad Mini. iPad Mini will be 2048 times 1536 pixels, same as the big iPad. A7 in the Mini as well. Up to 4 times faster CPU, 8 times faster graphics, 10-hour battery life, 2 times faster Wi-Fi, and expanded LTE support. It's got a 5 megapixel camera, 1080p FaceTime camera, and it's going to have a silver and black version. And it's going to be released in November. It starts at $399 with Wi-Fi and $529 with mobile data. The original iPad Mini sticks around at only $299, so that's a pretty good drop, and that is staying over. And what's weird is the iPad Mini didn't get the fingerprint scanner or the M7 chip either, so that's really, really weird. They also announced new smart covers, poly urethane or whatever, however you say it, $39, and a full wraparound case is $79, both for the iPad Mini and iPad Air. Gotta be careful I don't say iPad 5th generation. Or iPad 5th. Anyway, that's it. Back to Tim. Tim went over some more stuff about the iPhone. He recapped the MacBook Pro and the Mac Pro and stuff like that. They showed off another video, and that was basically it. No big surprises. We didn't see the smartwatch. We didn't see anything about the iPods. I think the iPods are probably pretty much the iPod Touch and other iPods basically are just dead. It's kind of weird they stuck around with the iPad 2. That's what I have right here. And didn't stay with the iPad 3rd or whatever with the other Retina display. But people like the iPad 2nd generation is what they said, and so they're keeping that around. And so yeah, we didn't see smartwatch or iPods or anything like that. But we got a lot of stuff that's coming out free with the purchase of a new Mac or OS product. We're getting the Mavericks today, and that's gonna be free, so that's really cool. And I might actually get the iPad Mini, the first one. That's $299 now. I might save up and get it for Christmas or something like that. So yeah, I was pretty excited for it. I watched the whole thing. I got mad because my live stream wasn't able to work. I had some technical problems with the Wirecast product that I have to use live stream. If anybody in the comments know, or any of my viewers know of a way I can live stream to YouTube with a Mac, let me know in the comments down below, because I really wanted to do it and I thought I'd be able to. I did it before and it worked out a little bit, but today Wirecast just did not work for me, so I was not able to do a live stream. And then I was on Twitter and I was tweeting the whole of it and up until the iPads, and then I got a message from Twitter saying that I could not post anymore because I went past my daily status or daily tweets. I couldn't tweet anymore. I was banned, or Twitter jail, whatever it's called. But oh well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know it was kind of crazy getting all this information out here to you guys. But let me know what you think about the event if you watched the whole stream. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.